Hi, and welcome to Science Time with Miss Victoria. This program is recommended for ages 6 and up, although depending on the experiment, 3-year-olds can actually do the experiment as well, of course with adult supervision. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. Now remember, as always, that you have to, before you touch any supplies or get any of them, make sure you wash your hands for at least 20 to 20 seconds. You can use the YouTube video in which I do the Rhyme for Rajaka and I wash my hands. You remember, it's top and bottom. Make sure you have soap. Go in between. You're going to rub them all together. And you're going to do that slow and then repeat it fast. It should come out to the 20, maybe even 25 seconds. Once your hands are nice and dry, next step is to gather our supplies. Now we don't know what I'm doing yet. You do see some on the table, but let's hold off for a quick second. Last thing is to have adult supervision just in case. Now it doesn't hurt to have an adult present so they can help gather the supplies for you. Of course, any executing the steps, you may need the adult, whether it has to deal with cutting or it has to be dealing with a certain type of ingredient. You might have better to have an adult with you. All right, so let's go ahead and find out what we're doing and of course what supplies we're going to be needing. All right, we are going to be gathering supplies for paper plate pinball game. Now this one is do it yourself, so you're going to have to be very creative on this. But here are some supplies I have listed. Of course there are more that you can add for this. First thing is you're going to need a paper plate. I went ahead and got these paper plates at the party store or Dollar Tree. They're already colored. Now, if you do, you can do any plate you find at Walmart or H-E-B that's just white as well. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hold one for me. Next thing you're going to need is scissors. We're going to be doing some cutting in this, so you're going to need a pair of scissors, okay? You will also be needing construction paper, which I have conveniently, thank you to video, I've already have cut up into some rectangles, so it's a little easier for me to handle to go for the actual experiment we're doing. You'll need tape. I have regular clear Scotch tape, but you can use other types, which are like you can find at Walmart, like washi tape. Like this one looks like fish scales. This one's pink with like little triangles. And of course I have one, as always, that has glitter. And parents, this glitter doesn't get on your hand, so it's actually safe. So you can use any one of those tapes. Now you can use markers. I'm not using markers, and the reason I'm not, and I'm gonna put that as optional, but of course you can get them, is because my plate is already colored. If you got a regular paper plate that was white, then you can use the markers to draw any designs the child would like on there. And of course, you can't have a pinball game without a ball, so we're going to be using marbles. So make sure you have some marbles you can find in the kids area. You can try where they have the crafts or the flower arrangements, but usually those are flat, so you might want to check the kids area. It might be a little easier to get the marbles. Optional is to use also pipe cleaners. Find the craft area, grab a little bag of pipe cleaners, and that'll work. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move on straight into our steps. I hope you're ready for this. Get some ideas already, because we're going to be very creative to create our own pinball. Alright. First thing is, of course, parents, make sure you provide your child with the craft supplies, the different various craft supplies. Make sure you have the plate, whether it's a regular white paper plate or it's like this one already colored. Okay? Now, when it comes to various supplies, I didn't list them, but you can use maybe Legos. You may use jewels to do like speed bumps. You may use sequences just to decorate the plate. They're flat, but they can still decorate it and do different pathways for the ball, the marble in our case. So first thing I'm going to do is to demonstrate how to do the arches on the pinball so you can have them up. So I'm going to use this one, my yellow construction. since it's already cut for me in squares, if you have a big piece, you might want to cut it into squares. It's a little easier. So I'm just going to do one strip. It's kind of long, but still. I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half to make it a little easier for me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some tape already so I can have ready. Okay, so I got 2 pieces for each side. I'm going to tape on the sides. And what you're going to do is you're going to kind of bend it upward to make a little arch. But at the same time, you got to remember we have to flatten it so it gets taped to the plate. So I'm going to do one right here, one end. Keep it arched. I'm doing mine pretty high because you can extend it to make it longer like this. You can make it higher. Now if you stretch it enough, make sure you have your marble handy so that way you can test it and make sure it does go under the arch. Because if you have it too low, it might get stuck and that's not going to work. So you might have to make a different arrangement on that. We can get our pipe cleaner. I'm going to go ahead and tape, and I'm going to go ahead and use my decorative one on this. Why not? I have it handy. So I'm going to make like a little pathway on mine. I'm going to tape that in, put that down. Very good. Let's go ahead and use this side now. Make sure it sticks to the plate, so you might have to flatten it. And I'm going to kind of curve it. So that's what I like about the pipe cleaners. You can kind of bend it and move it to however you want. So this is just an example of one piece. Of course, you can go ahead and add another, since we had that other piece, we can add another arch. And just put it, let's say, maybe right here. That's an example. Now I do have one finished. This one's pretty much finished too. Of course, you could always add more. So one in mind, now you get to play. And then as you're playing, you might decide, wait a minute, I want this arch somewhere else. I want to add a jewel as a speed bump. I want to add some Legos. I'm going to stack them up here. You can do maybe dominoes. You can have them type those little dominoes. Your parents, you probably know them. And put them there. The kids may want to use a dice just as decorative in there. That's fine. That's their pinball game. So as always, you're going to start. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to put my other one over here. And what I want is to be able to go through the pathway. Come back around. Go through the arch. Come around. We want to get to the last arch. Very good. And then we're going to come back. Oop. And we're going to try to make it in the middle. Let's see if I can do it. And there. So that's my game. Now you can also have maybe a little bumper when the arch maybe going sideways, so that way it lands in there, and it may have like 50 points or 20 points, however you want. So you can keep a tally of who's doing how many points on each one. And that's the only thing I didn't add in here, but that's what the markers can come in handy, and you can mark that on there so you see how many points for each pinball game. Okay, so remember, I want y'all to get busy. I want you to try to make different pinball ones. If you have a good one, maybe go ahead and post it on our Facebook page if you want, and just show us what your pinball game looked like and your design. We would like to see that. Now we're going to go ahead and move on, and I'm going to provide you with some library resources. The first ones are going to be on, you'll see a blue background. One of them is called 10-minute science projects. Now these are real quick and easy ones, similar to the one we just did. I want you to take about 10 minutes, and I'm more sure that's including gathering the supplies. So this is a great one to use. You can use especially during the time when there's science experiments at the schools and you need to come with one quick last minute one. This book might be perfect for you. Other one is kitchen chemistry. If you like the baking soda and the popping the rockets, the Coca-Cola with the Mentos, you might want to try the kitchen chemistry book. That might be more towards you. The next one is a series of books that we have in the library. This one is displays the Book of Ingenious Daring Chemistry. We also have a sports one. We have an engineering one. There's several different ones within this series. They have great different ones in there. It's a really good sized one, so you can actually pick what area of the science that you want to do, and it'll be great. Of course, as always, you can call any of the branches, place it on hold, pick it up curbside. You can come inside now. Make sure you do have our hours though. Each branch hours are a little different right now. So make sure you call that branch. And if you can't get a hold of them, call a different branch so you can find out the hours. All right. Now the next ones are our digital resources. If you go to our website, cctexas.com, we do have a section that says, a link that says digital resources. Now we actually technically have 3. One of them is Libby, but that is one that just stores the digital resources for whatever branch. But the main thing is called Overdrive on that one. You can try that one. I have yet to do that one that much. But the ones I know and I use a lot is our Access 360 and Hoopla. Now, Access 360, I do have the Smithsonian Makers Lab one. I really like, and I like to promote this one a lot because it's a great one to use. DK is a great series, and it really gives you details and a lot of visuals, so that's a good one. Hoopla also you can use also, and I do have the DK, the Find It Out Science one there. Now remember, Access just needs your library card to sign up, whether you do it to our website or you go through your app store and download it. You just need your library card. Hoopla, on the other hand, you're gonna have to, if you're new, you're gonna have to put an email and provide a password beside your library card. Now please remember what your password is, because we will not know it. So make sure you remember what password you use to the email you decide. So make sure right down the side or somewhere just to remember. Okay. Now, as always, remember to go visit our Facebook and our YouTube channel, Corpus Christi Public Libraries. If you haven't already, please like our Facebook page and of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. There you'll find all the different videos each of the branches and of course, youth service librarians are providing for you. If you want it broken down a little bit better, you might want to go to our website cctexas.com/library, and there is it broken down for virtual programs within the section like science and story times and everything like that. Now, if you need help finding anything, go visit that website and use our 3 sources that we have: new book alerts, author check, and of course book newsletter to help you out to find these science experiments ones that you would like to use. And of course, you can always use the advanced search and call the branch. Our staff is waiting. They'll be happy to help you. And do not forget those 2, or shall I say 3, digital resources: Access 360, Hoopla, and of course Libby with Overdrive. Now, as always, I will see you next time. Bye.